Finally today I want to talk about video games. I started playing video games again. Retro stuff, the good stuff, and they make it really easy these days with the emulators and everything. I even picked up some authentic controllers for each system, really give you that feel like you're back in the 80s and 90s playing these things, and they do. I've been playing some Atari 2600, games like Pac-Man, Frogger, Space Invaders, River Raid, baby. River Raid. That classic joystick. Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. Yeah. NES too. Regular Nintendo. That was my first system. There's countless classics on there. And I still play them all today too. You got the obvious mentions. You got all the Super Mario Brothers, the Zeldas, Metroid, Castlevania. But you also got like Batman, Darkwing Duck, Bucky O'Hare, Tiny Toons, Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Damn, all the Ninja Turtle games, Battletoads, Excite Bike, Paperboy. I mean, you get the idea. I could keep going though, but as good as the Atari 2600 and the NES are, I feel like there's one system that topples both of them combined and pretty easily. Even though I had one as a kid, I've kind of overlooked it in my adult years too. I'm not gonna lie, and that's the Super Nintendo. I've actually grossly overlooked it, as I've never really played any Super Nintendo since I had one back in the day until lately, recently. Um, it's probably got the best controller I've ever seen on a console. I know, I know that may be a hot take. It depends on how old you are. Uh, and most, if not all, of those games or franchises I mentioned from the NES, they're on here too, only vastly improved. Super Mario World is probably my favorite game of all time. Man, Jesus, it was nothing short of breathtaking in the early 90s, sitting and playing that game. Um, my two favorite beat 'em ups of all time are on the Super Nintendo, Turtles in Time and Batman Returns. You got Earthbound, man, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, not to mention some very, very decent pro wrestling games. Nothing that can touch on the stuff that we saw on the N64 and the PlayStation 1, but Royal Rumble, Raw, and WrestleMania the arcade game are still all three great fun to this day, and I still play them regularly. Uh, yeah, general consensus is that the PlayStation 2 is the greatest ever, and I know that. I know that. I know. But for my money, I think it's Super Nintendo, man.